Hare Krishna. Thanks all for joining. So we are in this seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the Bhakti Yoga section of it. As we seen earlier, six chapters were predominantly talking about the Karma Yoga section of it, where it is talking how to do the work like with detachment. Okay. Now the Bhakti Yoga section of it talking about how to do the work with devotion. Okay, there is a prime differences. Okay, in the first six chapter, like Krishna is talking karma yoga and other yogas also, like jnana yoga, dhyana yoga, bhakti yoga, and ashtanga yoga. Uh, all these things, like he was referring as well. Okay, here the bhakti yoga section of it, like a very important for one, how anyone can do the bhakti. For that they need to understand like a or love the person whom they want to do the devotion. Bhakti is nothing but devotional service, correct? We have to do the devotional service. For that we have to understand about Krishna. That is the reason, like in the seventh chapter first sloka, he is talking about tashrunu, correct? Like a hear attentively, so that you will be able to understand about me. Okay, about Krishna means like his material and spiritual energy, which is nothing but like the phenomenal knowledge and the numinous knowledge. Phenomenal is about Krishna's greatness, his qualities, his material energies. Okay, then Krishna's sweetness, which is numinous knowledge. It is the what to say, like a jnana and vijnana. Okay, Krishna's sweetness. So that will be covered in the ninth chapter. So that is what we are seeing. The whole thing of Krishna is the taste of the water. He is present in the mantra Om, and he is present in the sound of the ether. Okay, he is present like in the sun and moon. So likewise, like we have seen Krishna's material energy. Some of the material energy where he is present, like around 14 places, like we have seen. Then now we will see like then this is not easy to know about Krishna's material and spiritual energy, because once we know about this, like there is nothing further to know. And it is we have seen like what is a marginal energy, what is the aparasakti and parasakti, material energy and spiritual energy, we have already seen. All those things, like please revise again. And then we were talking about uh, how to control that mode of material nature, like because this whole whomsoever be in this material world, okay, they are being controlled by the mode of the material nature. Okay, it works under the mode of material nature. And how to overcome that, like that is what we are going to see it in this 14th sloka, which is very important sloka. We have to by heart this sloka. Okay, very important sloka of this Bhagavad Gita. Okay, because we are all getting entangled in this material world. How to overcome that entanglement? Only we have to surrender Krishna. So that is what been mentioned here. It is Daivi Hesi Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायामेतां तरन्ति ते दैवी ह्येषि गुणमयी मम माया दुरत्यया मामेव ये प्रपद्यन्ते मायां एतां तरन्ति ते. Anyone want to recite?
Okay, can I do, Prabhu?
Yeah, please, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, Mataji can do.
No, my throat is already gone.
Okay, Mataji. Daivi hi esha gunamai mama maya duratyaya mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam tarantite.
It's Mayam Etam Tarantite. Mayam Mataji. Okay, thanks. Nice. Anyone else?
From annual script, I will try to do.
Okay, Mataji.
Devi Isha Gunaya Mama Maya Durate Mama Ivaya Napadyante Ayayam Etam Tarantite.
Yeah, thanks, Mataji. Anyone else? Okay. We have to see here the Mam Evaye Prapadyante, Daivihi Esi Gunamai. Okay. We all know what is Krishna's separated material energy, this mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Like that is the separated material energy. And we have seen like the Panchabhuta, which is earth, water, air, ether, fire, plus mind, intelligence, and ego. All these 8 are Krishna's separated material energy, which is part of this material world, correct? This divine energy of mind, okay, Krishna says this divine energy of mind consisting of the 3 modes of material nature, the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance, is difficult to overcome. He's saying, okay, it is not easy. It is very, very difficult to overcome. Okay, because we are under the mode of this influence of this mode of material nature. Krishna himself accepting, okay, this divine energy of mind consisting of the 3 mode of material nature is difficult to overcome. But those who have surrendered unto me, okay, that is what Mam Eva Ye Prapadyante. Prapadyante means surrender. Okay. Mam Eva. Eva means certainly, only. Okay. Mam means Krishna. He's saying me. Unto me, if anyone is surrendering, who have surrendered unto me, can easily cross beyond it. So only if someone surrendered to Krishna, they only can easily come out of it. Okay. Otherwise, it is very, very difficult to overcome. So how to surrender to Krishna? By hearing the Navavida Bhakti, correct? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam, correct? So, by surrendering to Krishna, by performing the devotional service, it is easily we can overcome the mode of material nature, correct? So, for example, when the COVID was there, correct, the whole world was like a cribbing about, okay, oh, we don't have time to go outside. How we can pass the time by just sitting idle in the home, and it would be very very difficult for us like to pass the time. We don't have any fun like just watching the TV, etc., etc. But many devotees took that as a chance. Okay, even His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj was saying like, hey, don't search the peace or like a happiness in the outside the world. Seek inside, like a go inside, connect with the soul and seek the happiness and what to say, like a peace. In a similar manner, the Zoom was very effectively utilized during that COVID time to pass the message of Krishna, teaching of Krishna, to connect with many souls, correct? So devotees always seek the chances like a um, how to do the devotion service, how to preach others, how to connect, how to associate with others, like so that is what we have to understand. So we should never crib about like, okay, that is not good, this is not good, like we shouldn't find reasons for not doing it. We need to find reasons like for doing it even in those difficult times. Prahlad Maharaj was like one of the prime example, correct? His own father is trying to kill him in various ways. He is pushing him from the top of the mountain, and he's putting him like in the dark room which is full of snakes. He is pushing him into the fire, but still Prahlad Maharaj was like a unfazed, not even like a he moved or he doubted like, okay, an inch uh, from the determination to perform the devotion service, and the his what to say, like a belief in Krishna. He never thought, oh Krishna, I am doing this much devotion service, why you are giving all the testing times to me? Because if we chant 5 rounds or like 8 rounds, we will say, Krishna, I am chanting 8 rounds, but you are giving all the problem to me only. The others like not chanting, but they are not getting the problem at all. This is how like our mentality, as long as we are in this material world. But we should never question Krishna, because like a Krishna always don't want us to suffer, but we are suffering with our own desire, our own actions, our own reactions. This has to be understood. This is very very important thing, like because when happiness comes, we always say, okay Krishna, it is due to my achievement, like I am getting this reward and I am enjoying. But when the sad moment comes, we always comment about others, and we always like question Krishna, why you are giving the problem only to me. That shouldn't be there. Okay, any questions regarding this? You're able to get the point, correct? Like so we have to realize, okay Krishna, it is because of you, like I am getting less of the problem. Otherwise the problem would have been like even more dangerous. But because of your intervention, okay, I am getting a very less severe problem. That has to be our motive. Then only we are growing in Krishna consciousness, growing in a devotion service, and we should be able to come out from this material world. That is what being said here. This divine energy of mine, Krishna says, consisting of the 3 mode of material nature, is difficult to overcome. But one who surrenders unto me can easily cross beyond it. This is how we have to cross the mode of material nature. This sloka has to remind whenever we are having we are going through difficult times, whenever we are being like a very much enjoyable moment. At the time also we need to think, okay, it is because of Krishna I am into this position. Okay, so I would have been like in a very worst state, but because of Krishna's intervention, like I am into this position, and we have to thank Krishna. We have to uh, appreciate Krishna's what to say, like Krishna's energies and Krishna's intervention, Krishna's like okay, all the giving to us. Correct. We have to be showing the gratitude to Krishna. That is very very important. Anyone wants to mention anything? Any feedback or anything?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Madhvi.
Yes, Prabhu. We have to pay gratitude every day for everything. Like nowadays, whatever is going on in the world or everything,
Correct.
here, there, everywhere, on that plane event, on everything. So, whenever we go or somewhere, kids are saying we are going from Emirates or something. Then I told them, don't pray for Emirates or Indigo or anything. Just pray for your good कि you landed safely, you take off safely. So
Yeah, yeah.
every day gratitude to Krishna that we are alive and we are happy with this our thing. That is it, Prabhu.
Okay, Maji. Okay, yeah, that is correct, Maji. We have to exhibit our gratitude each and every moment of it. Like that is how we will be able to grow in Krishna consciousness. That shouldn't be like a artificial. Uh, as you put more effort, like to show the gratitude to Krishna, he will be happy and he will reward accordingly. Correct. Like though Krishna doesn't discriminate like between devotee and non-devotee, but when we do devotion service, we will be like he will give us more chances to further grow. That is very very important, because for every breath we take we have to thank Krishna, because everything belongs to him. Correct. Nothing belongs to us. Everything belongs to Krishna, and we just came to this material world as a caretaker. That's all. We didn't bring anything like while we come. We will not be able to take away anything while we go. Only the bhakti account can be like okay grown, as long as we are in this material world, which we can take along with our soul. That is the reason, like we have to do the bhakti. That is what we have to be focused. That has to be our goal of life. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, Hare
Yes,
Krishna,
Mat.
Prabhuji.
Yes, Matji.
Yeah, social service comes as devotional service, Prabhuji, or
Yeah,
otherwise.
Matji. Very good question. Social service, many are doing it. Okay, in terms of to get the fame and name. For that reason, if we are doing that, then we are accumulating karma. We may accumulate good karma or bad karma, and we have to be in this material world. The social cost, like okay, for example, someone is suffering, okay, he don't have the food. So if you are offering the prasadam to them, okay, that will give them the chance to do the devotional service, okay, then it becomes bhakti. If you are just feeding the food, okay, to remove their poverty, which will never happen, correct? At the time, you are getting some good karma, and again, uh, you have to take birth in this material world again. So, social cost, like for example, someone is building hospital, correct, to gain the name and the fame. Okay, my on my father's name, okay, I am building a hospital so that others can benefit. Okay, so that becomes for popularity. Okay, even if we have like some good intention, if we are having some good intention also, but we are accumulating again good karma. For that, we have to take birth in this material world again. But at the same time, if you are passing Bhagavad Gita, and if you are passing like a prasadam to other needy people, okay, then it becomes bhakti. It's very difficult to draw the line, but in general, like the social service which we are doing, like or many doing to gain the popularity and the name, that becomes like okay, yeah, that becomes like okay, your the chance to get more karma and be in this material world. But at the same time, if you are doing it like in a very charitable manner, in terms of okay, to promote bhakti, for example, like okay, ISKCON also has many charitable center, and the hospitals, like okay, who is not only treating the patient, but they are giving the knowledge about Bhagavad Gita and Lord Sri Krishna. If you are doing only like okay, the service, then you will accumulate karma. But include Krishna in that part of service, then it becomes devotional service. For example, the guy who is feeding the normal person food, okay, the devotee feeding the needy people with the prasadam, okay, both has differences. But to outsider, it may be same. He's also feeding food. He's also feeding food. But in reality, like in Krishna's world, okay, it would be seen differently, and that will have a different effect of the doer as well as the receiver. That is what like we need to understand, and we need to be conscious of it. Okay, Maji.
Okay,
I hope
Prabhuji. Okay,
your answer.
Prabhuji. Clear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thanks us. We have discussed like a coming Friday is celebrated as Lord Jagannath Rath Yatra. Okay, let us see the glories of Lord Jagannath, and let us be in the mood in the upcoming days and forever to be in the mood of like a Lord Jagannath. Jagannath is what is Jagannath? Okay, he is the universal Lord, Lord of the universe, correct? So why he has to be like okay, why he has to be? We have to devote him to himself. What is glories of Lord Jagannath? Like we will see a bit in this class, because his glories are unlimited. It would not be possible for us to cover in our lifetime. That is the glories of Lord Jagannath. But let us see like a bit of it, like some of the key things in this session. Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai ki jai. So pranam mantra, like before taking class, we'll sing Neelachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrayam Jagannathaye Namaha. I offer my humble prostrated obeisances to the internal supreme power, Sri Jagannath, the super soul of all divine entities, who resides with his divine elder brother Sri Balabhadra and little sister Sri Devi Subhadra in the most holy abode of Nilachal, Puri, Nitya Vaikuntha. So Nilachal, Puri is called now, okay, which is in Orissa, okay. Uh, but earlier name was like a Nilachal, and we will see like it is a Nitya Vaikuntha, correct? There is no anxiety in Puri Dham. We'll see like okay. So why we have to listen the glories of the pastimes of the Lord. So there is a very nice sloka in Srimad Bhagavatam. It comes like in the 11th canto. Sorry, 12th canto, 12, 12, 50. Tadeva ramyam ruchiram navam navam tadeva saswan manoso mahotsavam tadeva shokarnava shoshanam nirnam yad uttama sloka yasho anugiyate. Anugiyate means when the glories of the Lord are sung. Okay, those words describing the glories of the all famous personality of Godhead or attractive. Krishna is attractive. When we hear the glories of Krishna, it is even more attractive and it is relishable and ever fresh. Navam Navam. Navam means like okay, it is newer, it is ever fresh. Okay. When we hear the glories of Lord Jagannath today and tomorrow, if you hear like okay, it would be ever fresh. Indeed, such words are a perpetual festival for the mind. It is Manoso Mahotsavam. Like okay, for the mind, it is Mahotsavam. It is a festival, correct, for the mind, and they dry up the ocean of misery. When we hear the glories of the Lord, our all miseries like will be vanquished, will get away, like will go away. That is what we need to understand. That is the reason we have to keep hearing about the glories of the Lord, correct? So let's see like a reasons for Lord Jagannath appearance. Okay. So when Narada Muni comes, okay. Okay. First, let's go into this particular thing. What it is Maha Bhava Prakasha form of the Lord. Okay. First, Narada Muni like being very very happy and he is coming dancing uh, to go and meet Shiva. So at the time, Shiva is asking Nadamuni, like, hey, why you are so happy? I see so much joyous of you. What happened? Like, what is the reason for it? Then he says, okay, I got the Mahaprashadam from the Lord's hand himself. Okay, so I tasted that prashadam and it was so tasty and so I'm very very happy. So this is the reason for my happiness. Then Shiva understood this and he's asking like, hey, where is my share of prashadam? Okay. He says, no, I didn't carry like because the prashadam was so tasty. I completed myself and I didn't get a share of it. Okay, for you. Then Shiva was like a little getting angry, but at the time he was just looking at the Narada Muni's hand. There was only one drop of the morsel of like that prashadam in Narada Muni's hand. So Shiva is happy to accept that, and he is having that prashadam, and he was overjoyous, and he was doing like a Shiva Tandav, and he was dancing with a very happy mood. Okay, then Parvati Devi is coming. Okay, and asking like why Shiva you are so happy. Then they are explaining the reason for happiness like hey we got the prashadam of Mahaprashadam from like a Lord Krishna's uh, this one like hey, so Narada Muni given yeah, drop of it like or the morsel of it and I tasted and like I am so happy. Then Parvati Mata is asking like where is my share. So immediately, like Shiva and Narada Muni was like very perplexed because they don't have any Mahaprasadam left over, also like not there, and they were like confused. And like what happened when wife is getting angry, correct? No need to explain it in detail. So then the situation is getting worse, like at that place. Then immediately, like Krishna appearing there and saying that, okay, Parvati, I know your anger, so I will appear in the Kali Yuga, in the Puri Dham, in the Nilachal Dham, and I will serve the I will show my mercy via prasadam. That is the reason in Puri, whomsoever visiting, like okay, the mercy will be given in the form of darshan and in the form of prasadam. So Puri Mahaprasadam, Puri Jagannath Mahaprasadam is like a so glorious, and there are many mysterious things like in the Puri Dham kitchen also, correct? We will get it covered in the upcoming slides. So once the food is offered to me, the boha is offered to me. Once I tasted that boha, then immediately, like before it is getting served to other devotees, it will be you will honor that prasadam, and then only it will go to others. Like so, in Puri Dham, after Jagannath eat the boha, it will go to Bimala Devi. Okay, correct. It will be passing to Vimal Devi, and no. First, it will be offered to Jagannath. Jagannath will have that boha and will give it as a prasadam. That prasadam will be first served to Vimal Devi, and after that only, like it will be served to other devotee. So that is one reason for Jagannath appearance. Okay. The other reason is when Narada Muni and Brahma, okay, they were going and informing to Krishna. Krishna, I know, like okay, you created this material world, but people are like so what to say, like so ignorant. They are unable to do any devotional service. Okay, they are so entangled in this material world, and they are not getting chances to do devotional service, especially in Kali Yuga. So, what is your plan? Okay, we are getting the darshan of yours, but when the darshan will be available for like the common devotee, because they are not even ready to take any mercy, they are not ready to spend their time. So please help them to do that. Okay, then immediately Krishna says, okay, no, don't worry, I will come in the form of Lord Jagannath in the Puri Dham. Okay, whomsoever visiting this Puri Dham, all their sins will be removed and vanished, like and they they don't need to take birth in this material world again. Okay, that is the power of one time of darshan of like a Puri Dham, Puri Jagannath darshan. Okay, it is so glorious. So he says like even the Yamadev, sorry, Yamaraj, okay, he can't come and take the life of those who taken the darshan of Lord Jagannath. Okay, they will be eligible to go to the Vishnu Loka. That is the power of the Puri Dham, and there is a power of like a taking darshan of Lord Jagannath. Okay, the other great pastime when Rohini Mata, these are various reasons like why Lord appearing, correct? We can't contain in the form of okay one reason only, like a Lord appears. Lord appears for so many reasons. Okay, that is what we are covering. That too, like some of the reasons only we are covering in this class, correct? So when Lord, what to say? When Rohini Mata like visited the Dwaraka Dham, like all the queens of Krishna, okay, they want to know why Krishna is so attached to Vrindavan, correct? He is always attached to Vrindavan. He is always attached to gopis. What is so special in Vrindavan, and why he is always like though he is the great king in this Dwaraka, but when we are talking about Vrindavan, he goes into different mood, correct? What is the reason for it? Then Rohini Mata says, okay, now I can explain like the pastimes of Vrindavan, but ensure that Krishna and Balram doesn't listen this, because if they listen this pastime, they will go to the ecstasy state, and it is very difficult to bring them back to this material. To this Dwaraka Dham. It would be impossible. So they agreed like the Subhadra will be the doorkeeper. Okay, she will just ensure that Krishna and Balram is not coming, and Rohini Mata will explain the glories of Krishna and Balram's pastime in Vrindavan. So she start explaining like Krishna and Balram is like a normal cowherd boys, and they have like so many gopas and gopis, like they have done so many mischievous activity, like they broke the part of the what to say, like a butter part, and they've been punished by um, uh, who is Yashoda Mai, okay, Damodar Leela. She's explaining one Leela after another Leela, okay, how he killed Trinavarta, like how he killed Kamsa, how he killed, okay, the Putana, etc., etc. All those things, like she's explaining, and all of their the queens of Dwaraka, Krishna's wives, okay, 18,000 eight wives, like okay, they become into the 16,000 wives, like they going into the ecstasy mode. Okay, at the time the Subhadra, who is the doorkeeper, she is also into ecstasy mode. Like how is it possible they performed these many leelas at a very young age? Okay, at the time Krishna and Balram also came, and they also start listening, and their eyes become like a enlarged. Oh, is it like I have done this much leela in Vrindavan? Like so that is the representation of uh, this particular the form of the Lord, correct? Um, where Krishna's eyes are like a so big, okay, hands and the whole body like a completely gone inside, because they are going into ecstasy mode, correct? When we are into ecstasy mode, like okay, our eyes will be like on a surprising or very wow moment, correct? Like it will enlarge, and our body and other parts of the body like it will go into very what to say, like okay, inside. So that is what this form of the Lord. Then Narada Muni also comes and sees this form of the Lord, and then immediately Narada Muni says, okay, I got to see this mercy, but how others will get this mercy? Then Krishna says, okay, I will come in the Kali Yuga in the form of Lord Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra in the Puri Dham, Puri Jagannath Dham, and everyone can come and take the darshan. Okay, why Lord also don't have the eyelids also? Because the eyelids needed when we are about to sleep, or when we take some free what to say, like okay, uh, when we need to take like some rest. Okay, that time only eyelids needed. But in Puri Dham, Jagannath never sleeps. Okay, the mandir will close for only a couple of hours in the night, but that time also the Lord is giving the darshan to all the demigods. Lord never sleeps. Okay, in Puri Dham, He gives the mercy via the darshan. Okay, as well as via the prasadam in Puri Dham. That is the glories of Puri Dham. It is Mahabhava Prakasha form of the Lord. It is with happiness, with ecstasy. Okay, he is giving the darshan to all his devotees. Though we don't have any quality, or like we don't be qualified to get the darshan of the Lord, if we go and take the darshan of the Lord in Puri Dham, we don't need to take birth in this material world. That is the glory of Jagannath's form. Okay. So the Zoom connection may disconnect. Please rejoin. Okay. The other reason, like okay, as I mentioned, there are various reasons. We are covering only parts of it. Don't think that okay, if you get to hear another reason for Lord Jagannath appearance, why Prabhu didn't cover, like because we are seeing only very limited reasons for his appearance. There are n number of reasons. Our lifetime will not be sufficient to cover the Lord Jagannath pastime. Okay, so King Indradumna, okay, he he meets like a his one of the minister is like a called Vidyapati. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So the other reason, let's see, like the king Indradumna, he is getting the dream as okay, Lord Jagannath will appear. Uh, Actually, like it is a Neela Madhav will appear in his kingdom. Okay, he was so excited how and when he is going to be appearing. Okay, then he is sending his minister Vidyapati, okay, to go and search in the there is a there is a place called Neelachal. Okay, so Vidyapati is going there, and then the tribal he's getting a chance to meet a tribal Vishwarupa. That Vishwarupa says, okay, I will show you the Neela Madhav who is appearing in Neelachal, but there has to be one condition, like I will cover your eyes and I will take you to the Neela Madhav temple. So that is how like he is taking and he is showing the Neela Madhav. So Neela Madhav, after seeing the darshan of Neela Madhav, like Vidyapati is so happy, and again like on the passage also, like okay, so what Vidyapati is doing is while going like he knows that it is since his eyes are tied, correct, he could not able to see or trace the path to Neelachal. So what he is doing is like he is just taking some seeds, mustard seed, and he's putting on the passage, like okay, wherever on the whole passage, like he's putting the mustard seeds. So he knows, okay, why when I want to come alone, I know like which path to follow. Okay, so then he is coming back and informing King Indradumna, like I saw the form of the Neela Madhav. So happy, like okay, he is so beautiful. We are so blessed to get his darshan. So let us go back. Like okay, again, he is taking Indradumna and he is going that passage and like okay, reaching the Neelachal location, and but to their surprise, like a Neela Madhav disappeared from there. Then King Indradumna was so unhappy, like he was so disappointed. Then Lord appearing in his dream again, he says, okay, the first 50 years of the Brahma, I given my darshan in Neelachal Dham as Neela Madhav, correct? The next 50 years of Brahma, which is we are currently in, because we are in the 51st or 52nd of Brahma's year. So in this time, I will give the darshan as Jagannath Baldev Subhadramai in the Puri Jagannath Dham, correct? So then he's asking like how you will appear. Then he told uh, there is the Vishwakarma. Okay, Vishwakarma is the chief architect for the entire spiritual world. Okay, so he will come, and by the time like you have to do 1,000 Ashwamedha Yajna. Okay, and I will come in the form of Daru Brahman. Okay, Daru Brahman is nothing but the hair of the Lord. This whole wood, what we are seeing, okay, in the form of Jagannath, because Jagannath is like in the form of wood. That wood is like a nothing but the hair of the Lord, hair of Krishna, correct? So Vishwakarma will come and he will do the carpenting. Like okay, he is a chief architect of the spiritual world. He will do the carving of the deity. Okay, he will guide you. Like then you will be able to see the form of the Lord. So Vishwakarma is coming. Like then he is coming with a Daru Brahman, and he told, okay, I need 21 days of carpenting. Okay, I need a very separated room, and you shouldn't disturb anything. Okay, I will call you like once I am done. Then King Indradumna like he accepted all those things. Then this Vishwakarma is chiseling, like okay, he is carving the deity. Then after 14th day, there is no sound coming from the room, and Vishwakarma is very very old also. Okay, then this King Indradumna was very perplexed, like what is happening? Something happened to Vishwakarma, like yes, no sound is coming. I am very eager to see the Lord, and what happens? Like since no sound is coming, let me just open the room, and I will see like what happened inside. So on the 14th day, he is opening the room. Then immediately Vishwakarma disappears. Okay. Then to his form, surprise, the Lord is like in the form where Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadramai, like and Sudarshana. He thought, King Indradumna thought, okay, it is unfinished form. Oh, I disturbed the Vishwakarma. How I can get the full form of the Lord? Then Lord appears in front of him and says, no, this is the form I want to appear in this Kali Yuga. Okay, this is the form I want to give the mercy. Okay, so build the temple for me, like in the Puri Jagannath Dham, and whomsoever taking the darshan, they will get full mercy via my darshan. Okay, then uh, who sorry, the Jagannath is asking the King Indradumna, okay, please give me ask some boon. Okay, you have three chances. Then immediately King Indradumna is asking, I don't want to have any son, because if you are the Jagannath, okay, correct, Lord of the universe, who is a universal king, okay, I don't want any son, because if I get a son, that son will say that okay, this is my temple, and he will put lot of restriction, like it will go into the personal motive. So I don't want to have any son, because you will be owned by all the people, because you are the Jagannath, correct? So I don't want to have any son. If Lord is coming and appearing in front of us, like what are the boons we will ask, correct? But see the King Indradumna's the selflessness. He don't want any son, and he told, you shouldn't sleep. You need to give darshan unlimited, unconditional, because people are suffering in this material world. When he was talking like around 500 or 5000 years ago. Okay, so you shouldn't sleep. So the reason, like a Lord don't have any eyelids. Okay, then you have to eat boha and provide the prashadam in the form of mercy, in the form of prashadam, like a. So in Jagannath, the Lord continuously eats. Okay, the Lord will be fed with 56, the Chapan book, 64 items, 56 items. Likewise, like a Lord will be fed n number of times. So whenever Lord wants to sleep, he will come to Sri Rangam temple. Whenever Lord wants to eat, okay, he will go to Puri Dham. That is the power of Puri Jagannath Dham. Okay. Whenever Lord wants to sleep, he will go and take the sleeping position in the Sri Rangam, because in Sri Rangam he will be in the Ananta Shayana form, correct? Like Sri Rangam is one of the Divya Desham also, the primary Divya Desham also. So Lord goes and sleeps in the Sri Rangam. Okay. Whenever Lord wants to take he's hungry and
What,
he wants to take
Prabhuji?
boha, he will go and take the boha in the Puri Jagannath Dham. So that is the glory of like a Jagannath Dham. Okay. Then let's see. So Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwaraka, Kurukshetra, like what is this pastime is? Okay, Lord appeared in the Gokul, and he performed so many leelas in Vrindavan and Mathura. But in Dwaraka, in Vrindavan, Mathura, like a Lord was so greatly appreciated by a simple Gopa form, correct? He is a cowherd boy, he don't have any fancy dress, like he don't have any fancy weapons, etc., etc. He just been present in Vrindavan Dham, correct? In a very cowherd boy, it is a sweetness of Krishna, correct? The gopis are performing like a various leelas. They see Lord, they do like the what to say with the Madhurya Rasa, like a Rasa Leela, they perform, etc., etc. When Lord was leaving Vrindavana and Mathura, he is moving to Dwaraka. All the Vrajavasis were so unhappy. They were hankering for the darshan of the Lord. They couldn't able to, what to say, like they are unable to accept Krishna leaving Vrindavan. Though Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, there is like a another story behind it. Like a Krishna uh, impregnate himself, and he never leaves Vrindavan. He is always present in Vrindavan. That is another beauty of like a Vrindavana. Krishna never leaves Vrindavan, but Krishna leaves Vrindavan also like a to go to Dwaraka. So first he goes to Mathura. At the time only Akrura comes, and like every gopis are like commenting about Akrura. You don't have any vision, like why you are taking our Krishna out of Vrindavan. Then after he kills Kamsa and other things like other pastimes in Mathura, he moves to Dwaraka to kill Jarasantha and other demons. Correct. So when he moved to Dwaraka, uh, during the time of Kurukshetra war, okay, at that time the gopis are coming because Kurukshetra is very near to Vrindavan. Correct. It is around 1.5 hours or like around 100 kilometer in that range. Kurukshetra is like near to Vrindavan. So gopis are very, very eager to see the form of the Lord. So because they have not seen Krishna for so long time, though they are always absorbed in the mood of Krishna, but they still want to see the form of the Lord. And they heard like, okay, Krishna assembled, Krishna came to Kurukshetra to assist Pandavas in the Kurukshetra war, and they are going because Krishna came from Dwaraka. Okay, so he came to Kurukshetra at the time, like they came to see the form of the Lord in Kurukshetra. But after seeing in Kurukshetra, they are unable to accept it because why? Because Krishna's form they want to see as a cowherd boy, not as like okay the soldier and the warrior like okay in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. They never be able to accept Krishna in that form. They want to see always Krishna in the Gopa's form, like in the cowherd form. So they were very, very what to say, like they are very disappointed with that particular darshan, and they are in their manas or in their mind, okay, in their heart, they are taking Krishna into Vrindavan. Correct? In their mind, they are taking Krishna in their chariot as a mind. Okay, in their chariot, they are keeping Krishna sitting in that chariot, and they are taking to Vrindavan in their mind. Each of the gopi is considering, okay, taking Krishna into Vrindavan. That is what this pastime is. Okay. In Sri Dham, okay, the Mayapur, in the Jagannath Dham, where Lord Jagannath is there, uh, around like 10 days before, okay, Jagannath was there in the Sri Mandir, correct? That Sri Mandir is nothing but the opulence representation of the Lord, okay? Where in Dwaraka, Lord is like so opulent. It means like Dwaraka Vasis, if you see like a Dwarakish temple, Lord is like decorated with a lot of gems, like the golden jewelry, everything, correct? So that is what the representation of the Lord in Sri Mandir in Jagannath Puri. But when they take Lord to the chariot, this Rath Yatra happens like Lord will be taken from Sri Dham to Gundicha Mandir. That Gundicha Mandir is nothing but Vrindavan, where Krishna been taken from Dwaraka to Vrindavan by the gopis. That is what this Ratha Yatra means. This is very, very important thing to understand, because this is the background behind Ratha Yatra. Ratha Yatra is not like, okay, simply they are keeping Krishna in the chariot of the chariot, and they are taking to Gundicha Mandir. What is the reason behind it? Because the gopis wanted to see the Lord in Vrindavan from Dwaraka. That is where, like, a Sri Mandir is the representation of the Dwaraka. The Gundicha Mandir is a representation of Vrindavan. So gopis are taking the Lord from Sri Mandir to the Gundicha Mandir. No. Sri Mandir is a Jagannath temple, but that is a representation of the Dwaraka. That is a representation of the Dwaraka. Gundicha Mandir is a representation of what? Vrindavana. Okay. Everyone understood? Hope everyone understood, or like anyone, because this is a very important reason behind Rath Yatra. It is a
Prabhu, one
prime reason
question.
for Rath Yatra.
Yeah, Prabhu, one question.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. One more time you want to say?
Gundicha Mandir. Yeah, no. So Gundicha Mandir is a representation of Vrindavana.
Yes.
Why? Why?
Why means, like, no, the Lord coming and for gopis, okay, he wants to give the darshan in Vrindavan. So that is the reason, like, Gundicha Mandir is the representation of Vrindavan, because in Gundicha Mandir, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and cleaned the Gundicha Mandir, correct? So that is the reason, like, it has been the representation of the Vrindavan. And one more thing is the separation. Okay, the gopis were separate. Maji, I will come to your question, like, 2 minutes. Give me the years of separation gopis had from Krishna is 100 years of separation. Okay, so after seeing Lord in the Kurukshetra, they want to take Krishna in the Rath, like, to travel to Vrindavan. Okay, Krishna wants to experience Radha's separation from him. Okay, that is the Jagannath in the Vipraranamba Bhav. Okay, gopis in the form of the devotee, and the Lord Krishna is present in the form of Jagannatha. That is where they are pulling the Rath from the Dwaraka to Vrindavan, like, okay, from their mind, from Dwaraka to Vrindavan, the similar manner, like, from Sri Dham to Gundicha Mandir. And CM Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed in this material world 48 years. Out of that 48 years, 18 years he stayed in Puri Dham. So Puri is so glorious, like, okay. So because of his presence in Gundicha Mandir, that becomes Vrindavan. Okay, because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than the representation of Sri Radha and Krishna. Wherever Sri Radha and Krishna is present, okay, that is the place will be called as Vrindavan, correct? So since
they were longing for Radha and gopis were longing for his.
And in Puri, like a Madhurya Bhav, the Gundicha Mandir, they exhibited the Madhurya Bhav. In Puri, Sri Dham Mandir, where Lord Jagannath is present now, that is Audarya Bhav. Audarya Bhav is like, okay, very opulent form. Okay. Then in the Jagannath, like, okay, it is the Aishwarya Bhav. As I mentioned, like, Audurya Bhav and Aishwarya Bhav, it is like the opulent of Krishna. But in Gundicha Mandir, it has been very simple, cowherd, very normal form, like in the Madhurya Bhav. The love is expressed in the Gundicha Mandir. That is the reason, like, he came to the Gundicha Mandir, which is none other than, like, the representation of Vrindavan. Okay. Yeah. Then Jagannath don't have any leg, okay, because he only has hands. And why he don't have any leg? Because the gopis, after taking in their heart, like, they don't want the Lord to leave from their heart. So that is the reason he don't have any leg. He can't run away. Stays always in near to the devotee's heart. Okay. That is the reason Krishna's Jagannath's leg will not be shown or like he don't have like a representation of the legs. Okay, hands are always ready to hug devotees. The reason why he is holding the hands like a towards the devotee, it is always he is always ready to hug the devotee. Okay, the eyes for seeing the devotees, and he don't have any eyelids because he don't sleep. Okay, that is the pastime of like this Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwaraka, Kurukshetra pastime. Now we are at 9. You want the extension of the class, or we will continue in the next week? I'm fine because we have other slides to complete, close to another 8 more slides. I don't want to rush as well, but I can't leave it like in the middle also. Your wish, please. Hopefully, like we can cover it next week because we don't want to rush, because there are n number of pastimes of Lord Jagannath, which would not be possible for us to continue or like conclude in one class.
We just discussed only the prime reasons. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, we can do next class, Prabhu.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So Jagannath is so great. He's ready to give. Even why Lord is having so big eyes is like, hey, he want to showcase, okay, whether my devotee even a little of devotion service, if he does, he want to enlarge that like and showing to the world as, oh, my devotee chanted one time of my name. That is great. Like that is how Lord oversees or like enlarges our even little devotional service. What is that sloka? Like in the 2.40, Neha Bikramana Sosti Pratyavayo na Vidyade Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bayat. It is Swalpam, even if we do very little, Krishna enlarges, magnifies that. That is the power of Krishna. That is the beauty of Krishna. That is the magnitude of Krishna. Okay, so that is what the thing. So who is a great preacher? Yeah, one who preaches about Lord. He is a great preacher. But here, who is a great preacher? Srimati Radharani is a great preacher because she is. We are learning about Krishna, but she is that Krishna is always in the mood of Srimati Radharani. Okay, that is the reason Krishna been called, Srimati Radharani is called as a great preacher, because she is preaching how Krishna is loving all of us and how to love Krishna by her always in attentive mood, always in the remembrance of Krishna. Yes, we all know our goal is like to remember Krishna and never forget Krishna. That been taught by Srimati Radharani, because we will think about other things like even a one moment of our life, correct? But Srimati Radharani never thinks anything else. She will always think about Krishna. That is the reason she is being called as the greatest gopi. The greatest devotee of the Lord is none other than Srimati Radharani, because she don't have anything else to think. She always thinks only Krishna, only Krishna, only Krishna. And if anyone says, okay, to Srimati Radharani, okay, I can serve the better boha than you, then immediately she gives the opportunity to that particular devotee, because for her, more than her serving, Krishna's happiness and pleasure is more important. If someone says, okay, I can make Krishna happy, then immediately she will grant, okay, please serve. So that is the reason we have to get mercy of Srimati Radharani to get Krishna. If Srimati Radharani recommends someone to Krishna, Krishna never rejects. So that is the reason we have to get the mercy of Srimati Radharani. How we will get the mercy of Srimati Radharani? By pleasing Krishna, by serving Krishna. Can anyone say why in the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare comes more than Krishna and Rama? And why both of them exist? Like, okay, because if we want to please Krishna, only Krishna, 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 Krishna can be there, correct? Why Hare has to come, Rama has to come, Krishna has to come? Any meaning of it, like any reason for it? It's a very, very deep reason is there. With that, we will end this class. Any reason?
Prabhu, Hare is nothing but Radharani.
Yeah, Maji, why Radharani has to be brought in when we chant Krishna's name?
Because Radharani is the mirror form of Krishna.
Okay. When we chant Krishna, Radharani also part of it, correct? Because she is internal potency of the Lord. But why we have to explicitly chant Hare? There is a very deep
Prabhu,
meaning. Yeah,
Prabhu,
Prabhu.
when we chant Hare, that means it refers to Radharani. So Krishna gets attracted easily because Krishna thinking of somebody is taking the name of Radharani.
Yeah. But Radharani will be happy when we take Radharani's name instead of Krishna. So
No,
then,
Prabhu. It is not to make
Radharani
her
gets happy when
happy.
you take the name of Krishna. And Krishna
yeah,
gets
Yeah,
happy
so
when we take the name of Radharani.
correct. Yeah, that is the reason for it. Like so, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, why both the names are represented? Because when we chant only Krishna's name, Radharani will be so happy, but Krishna will not be so happy. The other way around, when we take Radharani's name, Radharani will never be happy, but Krishna will be so happy. To satisfy both of their desire, okay, because in love only there will be competition always, correct? Let me see like how I will serve you more. That is the thinking of Radharani. The thinking of Krishna is, let me see how I can serve you more, I can reciprocate more. Okay, so Radharani is saying, I will serve more. Krishna says, I will reciprocate the love more. There is a stiff competition between both of them. To satisfy both of them, both of their name is present. When Hare been chanted, Krishna would be so happy. By seeing Krishna's happy, we are chanting. By seeing like a Krishna's name, Krishna happy, Radharani's name is chanted, and like a Krishna's name chanted. That is how Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. To make both of them satisfied. Okay. No, but still like a Rama also Krishna is present, na? So for that reason, it would be like a equally present, because the 16 syllable mantra like a Hare comes 4 times, correct? Or how many times? 8 times. And Rama and Krishna comes 8 times, correct? So both of them compete each other like a to serve and to reciprocate. Like this goes on and on in the spiritual world. Okay, that is the beauty of the competition is there, not to have self proclaim or like a self what is a self I'm not getting the word, like a self prizing. It is to how I can make Krishna happy more, how I can make Radharani happy more. That is the competition in the spiritual world. How I can serve Krishna more, how I can make Radharani more happy, how I can by reciprocating. Like that is how the spiritual world competition going on in the devotion service. But in material world, how I can get more wealth, how I can get more name, how I can get more fame. That is what going in on the spiritual in the material world. But in the spiritual world, it is completely opposite. Okay, so with this, we will end today's class. Please be in the mood of Jagannath, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadramaya, and Sudarshana. There are n number of pastimes of them. So please be in the mood to serve the Lord and absorb in the Jagannath's pastime and celebrate the Jagannath Rath Yatra in a grand manner, like a bring the Lord into our heart. How the gopis were pulling Krishna in their rath from Dwaraka to Vrindavan. The similar manner, let us pull Krishna into our heart and tie in our heart forever by pulling like him from the Puri Jagannath Dham to our heart. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Jai Jagannath, Subhadramai, Balabhadra, Jagannath, Sudarshana ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Any comments before winding up?
Friday is the main Rath Yatra, right, Prabhu?
Yes, Mati. Yeah, Friday is Rath Yatra in Dubai. It happens to be a holiday, and we will have it the program
Yeah,
in
we are
JSS private school from 4 to 8
Okay.
p.m. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Evening 4 to 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Good.